And welcome back, YouTube. This is Buster here with something really cool for you today. Today I got for you a figure review from the Fate Grand Order series, a 1/7 scale figure by Plum of Assassin Scathach. And I am super excited to share this with you guys today. For starters, let's take a look at the box. On the front side, we have an image of Scathach and the official licensing sticker from Type Moon. That sticker pretty much is going to help determine if you have a legit or a bootleg figure. On the side here, we have a very lovely image of Scathach herself. On the back, we got some close-up pictures of the figure herself, and of course another very lovely window. And on the side, we have another very lovely close-up image of Scathach. I have to say, I really love the simplistic white and blue tones that this box uses. Just very nice overall. And of course, on the top of the box is probably one of my more favorite parts of the box, and that's the Fate Grand Order logo right over a window. I really think that makes the box really cool. Alright, and without further ado, let's move on to the main figure. Assassin Scathach herself. I think that this figure is really well done for the most part. I really like it, and I have to say, I am not disappointing in buying it. Let's review the figure, and with that said, probably get the worst part of the figure out of the way first. First up, we have her base. She snaps on with the two pegs in her right foot and one peg in her left foot. Unfortunately, the base is probably my least favorite part of the figure. As you can see, it's part sandy beach, and then it goes into this like receding tide. I have to say the tide is probably my least favorite part of the figure overall. The water effect doesn't look to be that well done. Personally, I would have been much more happy with just a straight sandy beach. I think that would have looked much better overall. And then let's check out her shoes and her feet here. Her shoes, for the most part, are actually really well done. No paint issues, and I really love the straps on her sandals there. Her big right toe has some flashing left on it, so that is a little bit unfortunate. And her toes just look a little bit off compared to what I would normally expect. But it's the anime figure, so I can understand it, because that is getting really into the fine details there. I will share with you here, on this side, I do have a little tiny dot. It's really hard to see. Right there, it's a little tiny dot that I tried removing it. It's not a dust spot or anything. It's like a paint blotch. That's a little unfortunate, but it's really hard. You really have to look at it in order to notice this, so no issues with that. Got a really lovely ankle bracelet here, and I actually really like that. I think that looks really cute. The rest of her legs actually look really good. And then we have this awesome garter here. That she kind of stores some what look to be kunai. And I think that that's pretty cool because that is her assassin form, and when you're in a swimsuit, you don't have a lot of options to kind of hide your weapons. Well, I mean, you have options, but I wouldn't want to go there, if you know what I mean. The bottom part of her bathing suit is actually really well done, if you could see through the pareo here. You got really lovely lacing, and then of course it goes into the solid light purple at the bottom there. And then on the back, just really well done. And then probably my favorite part of the figure itself is this pareo. Just really well done. Like a really light purple see-through plastic here for the pareo, and I think that that just looks so lovely on this figure. Wraps around, follows her hairline really well, like she just kind of did a little like flip in the wind or something like that. Just so lovely. Let's move up on the figure here a little bit. Her left hand is holding the pareo up, as you can see. Really well done. Then she has two little wrist bracelets there. Really cute. And then in her right hand, she's holding some kunai at the ready. Looks like she's ready to chuck them at someone. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that. And then of course you have a full like metal or silver bracelet there. Really cute. And this pareo all ties up right at the waist. Really well done. Let's move up a little bit more. This pareo actually can come off. I will not be demonstrating that because it looks actually really fragile to remove it, especially with the arms and everything. It actually came with the instruction sheet on how to remove it. I'll actually share that with you guys right now. It actually came with an instruction sheet on how to remove it without damaging the rest of the figure. The figure comes apart right at the top of the bust here, and then you can remove it there. Like I said, the pareo is probably my favorite piece of the figure, so I'm leaving it on. I'm not going to be removing that. And because of the detachable piece, I will show you something right at the bottom of the bust here. Is where it does come off. It looks fine there, but on the side you can really tell it just doesn't look natural there. On each side, sorry about that, just kind of hard to get in there. But yeah, unfortunately that does not make the figure look natural, but thankfully you can't see it if you're looking at it dead on. You really have to inspect on that. So they did a really good job at hiding the part where it detaches. Let's take a look at the bust itself. The bust is actually really well done. It looks maybe a little bit misshapen, either like she might be wearing a bathing suit that may be a little bit too tight for her. I actually really like the swimsuit here. It has this really awesome like cross-hatching with dark purple lines over a light purple background. Really cool. Then of course you have the metal straps here to hold it all together, so I think that's actually really well done. And let's move on to the next piece of the figure, her face. I have to say, whoever did the eyes on this one did a really good job. I really like the eyes, how the eyes are painted on this. The nose is fine. The mouth seems a bit off to me. It just doesn't look quite right, but that's my opinion. Just doesn't look quite right. And then we have this very lovely purple flower in her hair to match with her purple outfit. Very lovely. And then of course, her hair itself. I have to say, I looked over, the hair looks pretty well painted. Shading is kind of done a little bit randomly. That is a little bit of a issue. As you can see, it looks shaded and highlighted a little bit randomly, not quite consistent. But for the most part, really well done overall. I have to give the hair a really good pass because I really like the flow of it. It looks more realistic style hair than a lot of anime figures. Alright. So overall, I'm incredibly happy with this figure. I wish it would have had a little bit different base. I know I might do some sort of custom base for it in the future. But besides the base, I have to say, this figure is really well done. I would definitely recommend picking it up if you are a Fate Grand Order fan or a Scathach fan. Definitely a no-brainer. Pick it up. Especially if you can find it for under 10,000 yen. Overall rating for this figure, I would probably give it a solid 9 out of 10. Definitely love it. I really love that Perot around her. This is Booster Box Buster, reviewing a Fate Grand Order Assassin Scathach figure. Signing out.